Hello, this is Lance Wolf, and this is Ironwolf Productions. On the wall behind me, which I'm wondering if anyone's curious, is what those are Ralph McQuarrie action figures from Star Wars, based on the poster that sits above it from one of the earlier concepts for Star Wars. As you can tell, there's a lot of other Star Wars stuff in the room, and basically these are the influences on my work. Joe Johnson, Ralph McQuarrie are two of the biggest. As for everything else, it's Ray Harryhausen and his genius that led me probably to that in Star Wars. But we'll talk here a little bit about what's going into the hovercraft. Is that I'm trying to create a rocket launcher for it to make the model more dynamic. This way I can swap out the main gun and give the illusion that this war machine has two different functions, just like a gunship on a helicopter, or a helicopter gunship, a little off there, as to what different kinds of weapons you can swap out. So there was an opportunity with this model to make it much more dynamic. And whenever I design anything, I always incorporate as much realism as possible. I don't want it to just be parts thrown on some cardboard. I want to actually push the design as realistic as possible and research it. I probably spend more time researching it than I probably actually doing it. In doing so, no matter how great the internet is, nothing beats a book. And this book here, Mechanized Warfare, is one of the best for doing stuff like this. In the sense here, I have a hovercraft, and it's a futuristic one. What would go in, what would be needed for that hovercraft to be able to perform the function it would need to do if it had a rocket launcher? And that's researching books like that. So when you design something, you really heavily want to go and research it as much as possible. So it's not just a fancy little design with a bunch of stuff put on it. You want the design to be pushed as far to the limits as you can of realism. And being a sci-fi nut, as you can tell by the room, I really am a stickler for all of that, even right down to my phantom rings. So otherwise, but I hope you enjoy those behind the scenes of the mill of this hovercraft build. And very much.